Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Hold on.
Yeah, you the one that I know I can lean on. I hit a devil with the word, told him be gone. And by faith, how I move, that's a cheat code. I pride left down. Yo, with the devil, he ain't got nothing to say now. Yeah, know that boy ain't talking. Know that guy with me everywhere I'm walking. Pull it to your city, it's the word I'm talking. Wife with me, then the Lord, she's solid. Girl, I'm a ride for you. I would die for you, but we ain't gon' die. Yeah, kill my pride. Yeah, Jesus healed my life. Yeah, gave his life. Yeah, I'ma give him mine. Yeah, I know I'm in the right direction. I can put my life in your hand, no stressing. Put my hand to your plans, more blessings. Take me to the promised land, no questions.
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Right direction. I can
Hold on, let me make my volume good. Yes, sir.
Put my hand to your plan, more blessings. Take me to the promised land. You kept your promises to me, no, you ain't lying. You see me when I was on my knees, I was crying. All this sin that's inside of me, yeah, I was dying. But you told me you made me clean, so now I'm flying. Flying, heaven gate flying. Yahweh, he done gave you life, say be excited.
All right. Am I heard? Hold on, let me make sure I'm good in the mic. Some technical difficulties, man. It's my first time doing this in a minute, so. Am I heard? Hold on. Oh, yup. Yes, sir. All right, bet. Bet. Let's lower this. We can play that. There we go. All right. Trying to get this a few things figured out before I get things going. Till then, y'all getting some unreleased music. Chat, y'all ain't ready for this one. Y'all ain't ready for this one, man.
Turn that shit on. Turn that shit on.
All right, let's lock in, chat. Let's lock in. Let's lock in. Let's lock in. All right. All right. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. So, yeah, this is my first stream doing this ever. You know what I'm saying? I streamed back in the day, but really back in the day, it's like 2 years ago. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't that old, bro. But I didn't take it that serious. Ended up giving it up. We'll be on and off with it. I was really just doing it because I was playing with my homies on the game at the time, and yeah, I just love doing that. So I just wanted to kind of broadcast it, you know. But I've always had that passion in my heart to be a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? To make videos. 1 second. Hearing noises, bro. I'm gonna have to grab my batarang, bro. Give me a second. I'm back. I beat him up. Don't worry about it, all right? He's done. But as I was saying though, yeah. So this is my first time back, and I'm excited because I'm actually able to, you know what I'm saying, have the time to take it seriously. You feel me? And really have the mindset, because I never had the mindset prior, but now I do. You know what I'm saying? And it's not changing. We got our foot on the gas. We got our foot on the gas, and we ain't letting off till we get to heaven. No cap. But yeah, today we gonna be watching some videos, man. You know what I'm saying? Collecting some clips, if you will. if you catch my drift. But we got Luke Belmer. I seen a video of his like yesterday or the day before, and what he said was pretty inspiring, and I messed with it a lot. So put his video on here. I'm curious as to what this means because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Do this to become a high frequency person. High frequency. That's interesting. But yeah, we're gonna get into this, man. We got a couple others lined up, but you know we'll just see what happens with those. We'll see how it goes, man. But let's go. Let's get it.
You also talked about frequency.
Mm.
Um, can you describe that for us? Like, how can it affect your life when you have like a low frequency or a high frequency?
So everything is in motion. Everything vibrates.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is constantly moving. The only reason why I can sit on this couch is because my atoms are interacting with the couch in a certain vibration whereby I'm not going to go right through it. But the reason you can interact with the air and it doesn't feel dense, right, or you can kind of go through it, my atoms are interacting with it because they're vibrating at a different frequency. Vibrational frequency is real. And you have to start studying, in my opinion, without going too deep down the rabbit hole, on how vibrational frequency impacts reality. Energy is frequency, and frequency is vibration because everything vibrates. So to increase your vibrational state, you need to do things that increase your vibration. So who you spend your time with, who you share your energy with. You can have low vibrational frequency habits. You look at the yoga or the Buddhist spectrum of vibrational frequency. And on the lower side, you have lust.
So is it like the happier you are, the higher your frequency? Is that how that works? I don't know, man. It makes sense if that's the case, but I've never heard that before.
And you have ungratitude, or you have self-pity or shame. This is on the lower spectrum of the vibration. So if you're feeling these states, you are vibrating at a lower frequency. On the higher frequency, you have love, gratitude. Isn't that the best time you feel yourself to be, right? So you're vibrating at a higher frequency. So people would say, oh, the vibes are right. What does that mean? And how can you control the vibes? How can you control the vibration in the room? So without going super sciencey into that, it's important.
As you're telling that, I just realized you're saying that, and I'm just trying to like wrap my hand around it or find examples in my own life. Sometimes when I choose to sleep in, even though I know I should get out, be active, have things to do, you're very well rested, but you feel very shitty. So your frequency seems to be low. And sometimes I get done with, like, for example, kickbox training, and I'm completely exhausted, but I feel very good. So I seem to be on a high frequency. So sometimes I think people think the frequency has to do with the amount of energy you have, but it's not the energy as we know it, right? Like, it's not the I'm exhausted energy. It's more of the how do I feel connected with everything around me. Is that right, or am I understanding it wrong?
I'll answer this as the last question because it's already 10 o'clock.
That's
yeah,
fine,
yeah,
no
it's
problem.
fine, yeah.
Energy input is extremely important. So what you input as the energy source or as the fuel for your body, right, will dictate the output of that energy. So if you're feeling lethargic, slow, tired, not after a kickboxing workout, but in the morning when you should in fact be feeling rested, there's something in the energy input that is causing that malfunction. Maybe it's the foods that you eat. Maybe it's what you're watching before you go to sleep. Maybe it's the fact that you're on your phone before you go to sleep. Maybe it's the fact that you had a terrible argument before you went to bed. Maybe it's the fact that you went to bed out of schedule, right?
Dang,
so all these
that's
things, they are bad energy inputs, low vibrational energy inputs. So the output will be in direct proportion, what? To the input. Newton, right? Sir Isaac Newton said it best. He said, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So you get to control the input. you have to pay the consequences of the output. And that's the beauty of life. You control what you sow, but what you reap will inevitably happen. So if you wake up tired, well, it's most likely something in your life that you can control.
Yeah.
If you have a bad relationship, there's most likely something there that you can control. If you don't have money, well, my friend, there's most likely something there that you can control. What you sow, you will reap. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
So, have you ever been into stuff like mushrooms or stuff? So,
What about, I feel like God has control though, right? Where does God come in? You know what I'm saying? I get you reap what you sow, but I don't feel like you should get in the habit of telling yourself you have control in situations that you truly probably don't have control in. Because even you, like, yeah, the decision you make, there's going to be, outcome from that decision. But the decisions we make without God are most of the time negative. You know what I'm saying? If we're not consulting God with how we're leading our life, bro, all the decisions that we make are probably going to be a little bit sideways, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm in the mindset of that I can control my life, I feel like that's more negative than anything, man, because you can't. And God, at least in my life, bro, God will show you real quick you don't got no control, man. You know what I'm saying? You have control over preaching the gospel and your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your passion is, your purpose, whatever you are put here to do, you have control over that. But you don't got control over like what other people are saying about you or what other people are doing in vain against you. You know what I'm saying? You don't got no control over whether or not you gonna have money flowing in or not. You know, yeah, you can plant seeds, but God brings the increase. You know what I'm saying? All this, everything that you could do towards money or towards anything else is just planting a seed. God brings the increase. And of course, you have faith that God will bring the increase. Of course you do. Which is to where I can understand what a mindset connects. You know what I'm saying? But God brings the increase. That's a crucial part, man. Because you could work all you want. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't at least have the mindset of faith, bro, you know what I'm saying? The mindset of this is going to happen. This is going to work. Or, you know, this is going to be this is going to have a positive outcome because God's in it, because God's here with me. You know what I'm saying? That'll help you, I feel like, tremendously. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah. But yeah, that was my little tidbit.
psychedelics, because a lot of people that have found
Hold on,
themselves
psychedelics.
have done
What
so
are we
through using.
talking?
Have you ever
What a
been
second.
into stuff like mushrooms or stuff? So psychedelics, because a lot of people that have found themselves have done so through using some psychedelics as well as meditating, whatever. Have you done such things?
Many.
Many. Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
If you have a sober mind and you're clinically well, I recommend everybody go through a journey of the medicine of mushrooms.
Mushrooms?
Yes,
Did you also
absolutely.
try like LSD?
I haven't tried anything synthetic. Everything that I've tried comes from the earth. And the reason I'll explain it why it may sound a little pseudoscience or crazy, but the mycelium network, right? The network of the mushrooms.
The what?
It carries
The what
data
network? Bro, that word, what did he say? Mycelium?
Everything that I've tried comes from the earth. And the reason I'll explain it why
What does
it may
that mean,
sound a
bro?
little pseudoscience or crazy, but the mycelium network, right?
What is that? What is that? I gotta know, bro. Oh, my controller. Hey, peep the controller, though. Yeah, glow in the dark with it. Y'all, let me know if y'all like the setup, too. You know what I'm saying? I thought the lights were cool, but maybe not. All right. Let's see. You know what? I don't even know how I would spell that. So we're not going to do that, but
network of the mushrooms.
I have no
It
idea
carries
how to
data
spell
and
that.
information. Carries information and data. Why? It may sound a little pseudoscience or crazy, but the mycelium network, right? The network of the mushrooms. It carries data and information. Carries information and data on the earth, the history of the earth, the people that have interacted and walked on the earth. It carries data. That's why I use the word data sets. Right? You download data sets from the universe. It comes from the mycelium network. Because sometimes you get an idea. But how do you know? And people are like, oh, I'm a genius. Well, how do you know that that idea is yours? Maybe you're not a genius. Maybe you were in the right place at the right time to capture that idea and that thought. So what the mycelium network does when you consume mushrooms is it gives you access to a different frequency to tap into what? The data sets. And you get downloads of information, right? Like software into your brain that radically change your life. They give you a perspective of reality that you have not experienced. They reroute your neural networks. They teach you how to think differently.
This has been proven in science
This
as
has been
well
proven.
a lot recently, right?
Huberman, Dr.
Yeah.
Huberman, he did a podcast on psilocybin. And the issue is, you know, there's a lot of religion attached to not using these things. And I talk to Muslim friends or I talk to Christian friends and I'm like, hey, but you should try it too. I'm like, well, I can't get high. I'm like, okay, perfect. I completely understand. Maybe you can microdose, right? Microdose. Because you don't have to be out here blasted, seeing aliens and living in the metaverse to still experience the benefits of medicine, right?
Yeah.
Because once again, this idea of abusing things can often happen, right? But you can't be afraid of not experiencing life, right? And that's what it goes back to, experiencing life. That doesn't mean go out here and do crack cocaine and do all this crazy shit, right? What it means is you still have to be intelligent and you still have to be sober-minded. And you can microdose. Why? Because psilocybin is known to increase neuroplasticity.
I don't know, man. I'm too scared, bro. I'm scared of all that. The mushrooms, bro, ain't no joke, bro. I don't think so, bro. Playing Mario Kart's enough mushrooms for me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't doing no more.
Plasticity, right? Which is the creation of new neurons in your brain, which we've heard this thing back in the day. If you got hit in the head, your neurons would die and they would never regrow, right? You would never get more neurons. You would always get stupid. Well, psilocybin has proven that you can actually create neurogenesis, neuroplasticity, and finally creating new neural networks in your pathway on how your brain processes information. When you're on mushrooms, you process information completely different than when you're in this state of mind. So I recommend them. I've done that. I haven't done them in a couple years, but I've had a good time with them.
Yeah.
They've been cool.
Cool.
Did you have like a certain kind of purpose with it? A goal? When you were like
The
using
first
it?
time, no.
Yeah.
The first time, no.
Just
The first time,
experience it.
the first time it was my brother, Mr. Belmar Nate. He was like, bro, like you have to try this. And I was like, okay, like sounds good. And my epiphany, I'll share it. This is the first time I shared my epiphany. I started crying on my first mushroom trip. And I cried because I felt sorry for people. I felt sorry that people were living sad lives. And that was the entire mushroom trip. That was 8 hours. But I was in that mental loop of sorry for people. I'm like, dude, like most people are sad. Most people are unhappy. Like this sucks. And I could feel for people, right? Because when you're on your phone, you're so self-absorbed. You're so focused on you. I did this mushroom trip. I was like, dude, I feel sorry for people. I feel empathetic. And ever since then, I actually have it recorded on my phone. You know, I record that entire trip. I record every single one of my psychedelic trips.
Like just audio or
Audio.
also
Audio.
Okay,
And I'm not going to record the visual. I'm probably doing some crazy shit.
Would be great content.
Yeah, facts, bro. Damn. But yeah, bro, it's other side of the coin. And it's like Alan Watts used to say. Alan Watts said, to look through the microscope is important, but sometimes you have to stop looking through the microscope and realize and spend time thinking about what you saw, right? And people live in a psychedelic state. They have no time to sober up and really spend time meditating upon that which they've seen.
That's great, man.
Interesting. I've never done like mushrooms or anything.
Well, you're in Amsterdam, brother, so
yeah, man.
It might be a good city for that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
there's enough
he's a real
opportunities to
advocate,
do so.
yeah.
Yeah. I've had some bad experiences with smoking weed, or actually one, and after that I just quit everything. But hearing these things, we've got another friend as well who used to have a company in mushrooms as well, so he really got into it, and he had some of the same very interesting stories as well. Just opening up windows or clearing out windows with visions that he had never had before. So got some great insights.
Yeah, I think it's all about how you position yourself, who you're with, the environment, your
Yeah,
age,
for
your
sure.
knowledge. You know, I did mushrooms one time with one kid that peed his pants and
Crazy.
like he was throwing shit around the house and things of this
Oh, that's
nature. And I
terrible.
was like, okay, clearly this person's immature. They weren't prepared for this experience, right? So
Yeah.
you have to be in a state of maturity.
All right, bro. Hold on. What's next, man? What's next? Let's see. We got this one. You Don't Quit by my guy Marlon. All right. It's the next one up. It's the next one up.
Longest time, I told y'all that. I was like, I think I found when I was like 15,
See what bro
16.
talking
And
about,
for the
man.
longest time, I wouldn't really know what the word was, like completely, because like you have the belief, but you don't really dig deep into it. That was me for the longest time. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I'm never gonna know anything, like at all. I'm never gonna know anything. Same with for all the religions, like, you know what I'm saying? You're never gonna know perfectly 100% like about every single little detail. Like that's just all it is. It don't matter who you are. That's just what it is, right? And for the longest time, I felt like you try your best, but then you fall right back into it. You fall right back into like regular sins or small. It sounds bad, regular sins, but like you fall into like these just bad habits of like life in general, which is super, super, super easy. By the way, like that's the easiest thing. The hardest part is to follow the word perfectly. That's the hardest part. You know what I'm saying? That's always gonna be the hardest part. That's still gonna be the hardest part. But it's like there was this one point. I'm not even trolling. It wasn't even that long ago where I just felt like I was chasing it to the point. I was chasing him to the point. With him, I mean God. I was chasing God to the point where it was almost like an obsession. Like I was chasing him so much and learn more and learn more and learn more and put him first in everything. I'm not even kidding, chat. Every decision.
We watching You Don't Quit by Marlon. It's like a little motivational speech, man. Trying to get some wisdom in the eardrums. You know what I'm saying? How you doing though, bro? It's good to see you.
Still it is, by the way, but like I want to come back to it. But sometimes like every decision I would make, it don't even matter what it would be. He would never do anything evil towards you. You should never think like, oh no, God is punishing me. Oh no, God is doing it. Like never that. But you also gotta understand is God is your father. And as a father, just as your father on earth, what will he do? He will take you into the room and he'll be like, listen, if you're not gonna listen to my word, you will have to learn another way. So it's a lesson. So this is how I see it. He made me sit there after those things and be like, because basketball was my love. Like if something happened to me in basketball, I would break down crying. Real talk. I would break down crying because I missed the game in practice. Like I was obsessed. Literally how I'm obsessed with this. I was obsessed. All I wanted to do was make the NBA. That was my number one goal forever, for the longest time. So I was like literally like in college. I sit there and I'm like, God, and I'm not super into my faith at this point. I'm like, God, why
Get better,
is
brother.
this happening? Like I don't get it. I truly don't get it. And slowly I'm like, you know what? Should I start cutting back on things that just don't feel
yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Because here's the thing. Let me tell you something. Every person in this chat, I'm telling you right
Thank
now,
you, bro.
y'all know when a decision is right or wrong. Yes or no? Like if you truly think about it, you know deep, if you really look deep in your stomach, you know exactly when the decision is right or wrong. We all do.
that's
Like we
facts.
literally all do. Let me tell you
Facts.
something.
But sometimes the decisions we think are right are wrong. And sometimes the decisions we think are wrong are right. Because our perception is flawed, not God's. You know what I'm saying? Which is why our decision making should be, consulted with him. You feel me? That's my take.
Feeling, that's God. That's God.
Hold on, let me get what he said.
Right or wrong. We all do. Like we literally all do. Let me tell you something. That feeling, that's God. That's God. Why do you think everybody says always go with your gut?
Nah, bro. You lost me, man, because that's not, bro. God, your feelings lie to you, bro. Your feelings lie to you, man. Your feelings will tell you having an amazing day, then 5 seconds later tell you it's the worst day of your life just because something happened in the day. How can that be? How can it be one and the other at the same time? You know what I'm saying? Everything is eternal, bro, because time is created. So if you feel something one time and then feel another thing the other time, that means it's not true. It's a lie. That's why your thoughts, you can't trust them because they always changing. They're always switching up, going back and forth. And that's why you can't trust your feelings because they're always going back and forth. One second you happy, then we sad. You know what I'm saying? Then we angry, then we chilling again. That's the cycle of life. You know what I'm saying? So your feelings are not God. You know, that's not God. That's not where you find God at. You know what I'm saying? Can God still speak through your feelings? Of course he can, but should you bet on the fact that God's speaking to your feelings all the time? No. You try to live your life like that, it's gonna be a roller coaster, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You gotta lean on the word, bro. You gotta lean on just reading the Bible, and it doesn't matter real talk, bro. How you really have like a peaceful, easy floating life, man. Life is never gonna be easy. There's always gonna be challenges, but if you run to the word with all of your challenges, you'll never have any real problems, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to understand what you're reading in the Bible. You just gotta read it, bro. You just gotta open it and just read it. You're not supposed to understand it, bro, because it was created by the one that created all of this, and none of us can create anything besides, music and entertainment, things like that, but everything else, even within that, it was created by God. So if the creator of this existence that we're all experiencing simultaneously made a book to speak to us, man, I think that we should want to read that book, bro. If we want to know how to, be successful and at peace in this life, you know what I'm saying? And especially if it's talking about going on to the next life after we pass, because we all think about death. Death is real for every human. So if that book is the answer to how we get into how we not die, you know what I'm saying? How we live forever. If that book claims to be the only book that truly claims, like with no, there's no debate. Like the Bible flat out says it. You know what I'm saying? There's no contention that the Bible says anything other than the fact that Jesus saves. You know what I'm saying? Like you will go to heaven if you believe. That's what the Bible says. You know what I'm saying? It's certain. And usually takes that are certain are quick to prove wrong unless they're true. You know, there's a lot of takes that people will take, but they're kind of wishy-washy. You know what I'm saying? They're not flat out direct. It could mean something else. Could mean this, could mean that. So it's easy to believe. But if you got to take no, if you believe in this, bro, you won't die. Like you will not die. That's a crazy take to make, bro. That's bold. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they made that book was made thousands of years ago. And not anyone has been able to disprove it. It's held up as the most popular book forever since it's been out. You know what I'm saying? Every year, it's been the most popular book. Making claims like that, why? If we looking statistically, logistically, why? That's like, why wouldn't you bet on that book? Why wouldn't you? Being real. But yeah, God is not your feelings. He's not. Or your thoughts either. You know what I'm saying? Your thoughts, you have no control over your thoughts. And they attack you, meaning they're the opposition at times, But yeah. I still mess with Marlon though, man. But you know what I'm saying? Hold on, let's see. I'm low-key feeling like playing some Need for Speed though. Low-key, I ain't gonna lie. I think that's what's gonna happen. Yup. All right, let me transition real quick. Forgot to mute my mic. Crazy. That's crazy. I was having a whole conversation with Casper the Ghost, bro. Ain't that crazy? But what I asked y'all though was how y'all was doing. If y'all, you know what I'm saying, if y'all can hear me now, hopefully. Uh-oh. My screen. Oh, there we go. All right. Let's see. I could upgrade, bro. If I could upgrade anything. Nah, I think we good. All right, let's go, bro. Oh, almost dropped my phone. I could play some music, but I'm not trying to get copyrighted. Like, I wish I had some background music or something, bro. But they be set tripping on YouTube, bro. No cap. Uh-oh. Thank you very much, sir. And that's good. I'm glad you're good. Uh-oh. What's going on with my screen? Well, I don't know why my screen was cutting out. That was a little interesting. But y'all don't even see that though. But I'm dealing with my screen cutting out. Hopefully it tightens up, bro, because that's a little annoying. Ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna have to get that sorted. That will result in a early ending and me having to do some YouTube video study research, bro. Hold on, let me find. Yeah, bro, because it's tweaking, bro. I don't know why it's going on. Anyways, hopefully, prayerfully, it stops. We finna hit up this race real quick. All right, bro. Let me figure out what's going on with this monitor, bro. Monitor over here tripping, dog. All right, we gonna dust these boys, bro. Even if I gotta play. Yeah, it's heat, bro. I ain't played none of the other ones. I played one when I was hella little, but all the other ones I ain't played. In my opinion, though, Heat like looks the best, bro. I just like their color scheme. And Miami, I think it's Miami, is a fire map. Oh, that's crazy. My screen is off for the race. Ain't that crazy? I'm watching my own stream, playing on my own stream. It's like I'm playing a video game within a video game. Ain't this crazy? Oh, damn. It's all good, though. We come back. I got to play Unbound. Damn, I'm over here crashing, bro. Is Unbound newer than Heat? Damn, bro. I'm over here selling the bag, bro. It's low-key hard to play on this. I need to figure out my monitor, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That is because that's pissing me off. I wish I could show y'all what this looks like, dude. I'm playing through my OBS right now. I'm not even playing through my screen. Playing through OBS. I don't know how I'm still in third, bro. All right, yeah, no, we can't do this. We cooked. We cooked, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I need to figure out this screen, bro. What the hell is going on? 3 years ago. I think Heat came out like 10, bro, honestly. Yeah, 2019. It's been a minute since Heat was out. And my car's busted, bro. I gotta find out what's going on. I ain't gonna lie, this might result in an early ending, man, because if my screen ain't gonna tighten up. Hold up. Unless I can figure out how to fix it. If anybody has any ideas. Because I'm finna just take to Google real quick. Take to Google real quick, man. Figure this out. They talking about hardware faults. The hardware is new, man. What are you talking about? Hardware faults, bro? That can't be. I need to get a repair. Teach you how to play 2K, bro. I got you. You already know I got you, man. You already know, bro. That was my game back in the day, bro. I haven't played it in a long time, though. Since 21. Is 26 good? Is that which one you were playing? 26? Hold on, bro. Let me make sure this. Back in the day. Yeah, man. I'm so old, bro. Nah, I ain't at old status. I ain't at old head status yet, bro. I say I got a good 4 years left till I'm unk. Watch out. Oh, you thought you could hawk me, bro? Ooh, damn. We gotta lock in, chat. We gotta lock in. Our monitor ain't locking in for us, but we gotta lock in. We have to. We can't lose. We cannot lose. Ooh. Damn, that's the McLaren too. I'm catching the McLaren. That ain't no biggie, bro. I'm catching him. I ain't old, bro. Since when 20 is old, man? If I'm old, you right, but dang, you got me crashing, texting, and driving. Look at that. That's crazy. Now the cops hitting me. I don't know, man. If I'm old, you right behind me, bro. You about to step on this train too. I'm in 8th, bro. I'm restarting. What did I look like, bro? Not available in the chase? Oh, yeah, you crazy. You crazy. That's crazy. I don't usually sell this hard. I have stage fright, all right? It'll wear off eventually. You know, I'm not usually this big of a sellout. I actually, felt confident enough to stream this game, so I should tell you something. Because usually, I don't be playing games like that, but this one, I'm on camera with. I just, what I'm saying, I gotta lock in. Plus, my monitor's got to tee up before it, catches its elbow. Yeah, these dudes are just mad faster than me, bro. And I'm getting hit by cars. That's crazy work right there. They ain't even the cops ain't even worried about me, bro. That's how you know I'm washed, bro. That's crazy. They ain't even worried about me, and they won't let me quit the race. Nah, don't put your bets on me in this one, bro. Not in this one, cause this is crazy, bro. Look at this. I'm in 8th, man. I'm in 8th. At least I'm escaping the cops, but bro, this is kind of wild, bro. I have to watch both screens, bro. Oh, I missed the turd. See, playing on this tiny ass screen, the screen is not gonna do it for me, bro. It's not gonna do it. I'm gonna have to figure something out, man. Next stream, I'm gonna have my monitor situation figured out, bro. So this don't happen, cause it sucks. Dang. All right, bro. Yeah. Hey, you live and you learn, man. There's no such thing as losses in life, man. There's only lessons. You feel me? I could take this to heart, but nah. Instead, bro, I learned my lesson. It's always gonna be something, but that something is just an opportunity to grow. You feel me? I don't mean to get too. You said senior citizen reaction time. Look, bro, I'm playing off my OBS. If I could pull out my phone and vlog it, I would. But I'm like playing through like another screen. Look, bro, I ain't even going the right way. All right, that right there. That's I'm gonna call it a night on that one, cause we can't play the game I was trying to play, chat, and that kind of throws a fork in it. But it's all good. We gonna be back. We gonna be back tomorrow. I love y'all, man. Peace out.